Our host country will take on Cape Verde. This is the final quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this game indeed will go on to the semifinals. Of course, well, they'll meet Cameroon. Cameroon with a very impressive victory today, an emphatic win against Egypt. But as mentioned, all quarterfinal matchups will be wrapped up later this evening. Well, we'll take a look at the bracket, of course. Mali will meet Senegal, while Cameroon, as mentioned, will meet either Cape Verde or Angola after tonight's win. Josh Bett alongside former Angola head coach and FIBA AfroBasket champion in 2015 with Nigeria, head coach Will Voigt. Coach, it's been an exciting quarterfinal series. What can we expect from this game tonight?
Well, this is going to be an exciting one. Obviously, this crowd's going to be electric, looking to cheer on this Angolan team. And, you know, it's going to be interesting. You have the experience of Cape Verde, but this Angola team, they just want to wear you down. They're going to come at you with a lot of different bodies, try to trap, try to get this pace going up and down. I think if you're Cape Verde, you just have to play your tempo and not get sped up, not create any turnovers that can lead to easy baskets for Angola.
Well, Cape Verde, of course, played their group stage in Group A in Namibia, where they came second place right behind Cote d'Ivoire. A game against Cote d'Ivoire that was decided with a tip-in buzzer beater. Of course, every team so far here in the group stage who have finished topped undefeated have been eliminated. Will the same story happen tonight here for Angola? Only Cape Verde can decide that fate.
Well, maybe they were saved having that tip-in go against them. So as you said, we've seen every group leader so far lose. And, you know, sometimes that can be challenging when you go through group play. You know, you win every game, maybe haven't been exposed in some areas. So, you know, for Angola here, it'll be interesting to see how they start out this game.
Angola, on the other hand, they opened the group stage here in Luanda with a very big victory against Libya, then going to Namibia where they picked up 2 more wins against both Guinea and South Sudan. But this coach is the first time in 10 years, that's right, that when you were head coach of Nigeria, when and since Angola's made it to a quarterfinals of the FIBA AfroBasket. 10 years is a very, very long time. The winningest team in the history of this competition, but no doubt with 12,000 fans right behind them, that will give them some inspiration. Well, fans, at this moment, we are going to kindly ask if you're able to do so to stand for the national anthems of these two beautiful countries, Cape Verde and Angola. Well, it's always the greatest part of every international game, embracing international culture. The national anthems of two amazing, immaculate, and beautiful countries, Cabo Verde and Angola. Well, this time we would like to introduce four very important people for tonight's game while the players and coaches shake hands with each other and pay each other homage. Well, here at FIBA and at the AfroBasket, we're very proud to say we have three of the very finest referees who've done a magnificent job in all of our games so far here at the AfroBasket. Our referees tonight, they're coming from Madagascar, the United States of America, and Nigeria. There you can see from Madagascar, we have Jan Vezo Davidson. From the United States, we have Grant Alexander Todi. And from Nigeria, we have Kingsley Ojea Buru. Our technical delegate, our commissioner for tonight's game, Mr. Jose Antonio de Conceição Ferrete. Well, Coach, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups. We will begin with Cabo Verde, but I'd be surprised if we don't see Tavares and Ivan Almeida in the lineup.
Well, they've been really the anchor of this team for quite some time. There's just so much experience in this group. I mean, you got to think that this is probably the last go-around for a lot of them.
Well, Patrick Lima, Will Tavares, Ivan Almeida, Betinho Gomes, along with Eddie Tavares. So they do have Correa and also the likes of Almeida. Joel Almeida was pretty good in the second half in that victory against Tunisia. He shot the lights out. And Coach, if Cabo Verde can have a good night from the perimeter, who knows? Maybe they could ruin the party tonight here in Luanda.
Well, no question. You see Coach Chorvoada there from Angola. You know he's going to want to have a great performance here, and you know, that player right there, Ivan Almeida, has really been the star of this team so far in the tournament.
Well, now we'll take a look at your former team. Of course, there was his former Benfica teammate, Eduardo Francisco, but it's going to be about that man, Bruno Fernando, of course, Silvia de Souza, and a very different team from 2019 when you first coached this team. Of course, then, these players were a lot younger, coming into their own, but well, we'll see how Pep Claros goes with his starting five. So Shilde Dundao will be in the backcourt. He's going to be partnered alongside Milton Valente and Braz Machi. Well, the big tandem of Gilson Bango and Big Bruno.
Well, you know, this is how they've played all tournament, going really big. Bruno Fernando has been forced to play the three. It's been a struggle, not surprisingly, for him. So, you know, that's their style of play. They like to go really, really big, try to beat you on the glass, wear you down physically.
Well, the official sponsor, the Tissot countdown to tip-off is underway. Let's listen now to Coach Pep Claros.
Después, doctor, últimos segundos sempre es pau. Você está de 5, você está de 4, Bruno está de 3. En pau sube rápido, slip, atacamos rápido, sí lo atacamos más grande. En defensa lembrados, matchup, el show, la línea de pase, todos ayudamos. Ganhar isso! 1, 2, 3, ganhar!
Well, a little bit of history between these two teams. This indeed is the 7th meeting. Angola have defeated Cabo Verde 5 times. The only time Cabo Verde did get a victory against Angola was back at the 2021 FIBA AfroBasket in Kigali, Rwanda. Of course, Cabo Verde's best ever finish was 3rd place in 2007. And Coach, the team that knocked him out of the semifinals was Angola. History not in favor of the Cabo Verdeans, but they're for sure tonight with Tavares and the Almeida brothers and Betinho Gomes ready to spoil the party and rewrite history.
Well, it is tough to come into this building and win a game. I was fortunate enough to coach this national team, and in 2 years, we never lost once here. So this crowd, so electric, and the style of play for Angola, they really want to get up and down. You heard Coach Claros there talking about playing quickly, and they feed off the energy of these fans.
Well, Bango is going to jump this one with Eddie Tavares. Because, Coach, Pep Claros, you got to imagine, you know, do you want to try to get Tavares into foul trouble early?
Well, I'm sure they would love to see that happen. You know, not a lot of depth here for Cabo Verde, but so much experience in that starting lineup.
Cabo Verde getting first possession. Almeida goes baseline, kicks out. It's Almeida, that time in Kigali. Going to take a tough contested three, and that's way off the mark. Angola with the fans behind them, looking for the very first bucket. Just the quickness of Shilde Dundao is going to be something Cabo Verde's backcourt's got to adapt to this evening. Valente kicks out. Bango's not going to take that shot. It's now Bruno, defended by Bettino Gomes. Bango, good seal off. Well, there's the first foul. And it's on big man Eddie.
Oh, nice seal there from Bangos. You see that high-low action. Nice pass here from Fernando. And like you said, if they can get Tavares in some foul trouble early on, you know, not nearly as much size coming off that bench. And now you can see the depth of this front court for Angola, like starting to wear these teams down.
Chris, also if you get another foul against Eddie Tavares, that is going to soften down Cabo Verde's defense. You've got to be wary of that, Cabo Verde. Joseph Bango coming into this quarterfinal matchup, only 2 for 6 from the free throw line so far here in the AfroBasket. But now coming up with an offensive rebound. Bruno wants to go right at Tavares and finishes.
You see the offensive rebounds. This is how they play, averaging almost 18 offensive rebounds per game. And we put 3 bigs on the court at all times.
That's a good matchup. Teammates this season in Spain. So with teammates in the Spanish League and Endesa ACB, so they know all about each other, Coach.
Well, I'm not sure about that call right there. It feels like he's in his cylinder, but that's just good, hard defense. Nothing there.
Trying to find Almeida. Well, Valente now getting called for a foul. So 2 very quick fouls picked up by Angola.
Well, that's one area, you know, Angola is going to pressure all game long. They're going to be very physical, very aggressive. You know, foul issues, that could be one way to soften that defense up.
Angola's defense, hands in the passing lanes. Tavares kicks out. Gomes will go for 3 contested, just can't get it. And now Angola want to run. Don't left, time, space, fires 3. But Lima unable to secure the board. And, you know, Coach, with the exception of Eddie Tavares, Angola do, apart from that position, Angola do have a bit of a height advantage.
They'll have a height advantage against everybody. So, you know, again, Bruno Fernando playing the 3. You saw in that fast break, all of these guys running to the paint. And they're just trying to get shots up so they can go and get these misses.
Oh, another look at the paint. Bango. Right now, Valente fighting for, well, Tavares got to be careful. Swiping. And this time, Cabo Verde come up with it. Tavares in transition. Goes in. Gets denied by Bruno. And now here comes Angola. Valente trying to throw out of bounds. And flies. Well, Almeida's trying to say when it was bounced off him, it didn't hit the ground.
Well, I think it does. You know, we'd have to see the replay where Almeida was standing, but see the great block there from Fernando.
Well, Bruno protecting the paints. Almost 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Valente. Well, Tavares again, swiping at a lot of blocks. Got to think, Coach, you said it. They don't have a lot of depth. They can't afford him to pick up a second foul.
And if you're Cabo Verde, you just have to be compact. Not a lot of shooting for Angola. Keep these guys on the perimeter. Make them beat you from the outside.
Baseline possession coming up for Cabo Verde. That time Tavares trying to find Bettino Gomes in the corner. Well, Joel Almeida, we're going to see him in the lineup at some points. Almeida now goes down the middle. Tries to force his way in. This is better ball movement. Now Lima, he'll fire the 3. And Tavares is coming up with a loose ball, but Lima tries again, and this time sinks it.
Oh, nice kick out there. Able to get a second attempt. The exact same spot, knocks that one down.
Nice screen coming from Bruno Fernando. That's going to be a foul on Bettino Gomes. Second team foul for Cabo Verde. His first personal.
you're Cabo Verde, they're going to try to post Bruno Fernando up as much as possible. You just got to stay compact, really crowd the paint. You see Lima knocking down the three there.
Jadot waiting for this one. Jadot goes in, bit of contact, but finishes under intense pressure. What a move by Shilde Jadot.
Well, he's a hard player to officiate against. He's so small, and he just throws his body in there.
Well, Tavares setting a hard screen. That time throwing it away. Guess he could have picked up a second foul very quickly. Jadot, Bango, oh my goodness! Luanda right now erupts into celebration. Shilde with the dime. Bango with the Bango connection, coach.
You can already see two players almost getting into it here. Beautiful lob, but I think they've got Bango on a technical here. A little too much celebration on the rim, and that is fired up Cabo Verde.
Well, things need to calm down. They just need to get players and coaches to the benches. Let's see what happened. And just listen to the Angolan fans tonight here in Luanda, coach. You experienced this. You were undefeated in this arena.
Well, you can hear these fans excited about what they've seen so far.
D9 right side, D9 right side. Put it in the left side.
It looks like a double technical is going to be cool, but who picked it up for Cabo Verde? Was it Lima?
Not sure who got it for Cabo Verde. Obviously, Bongo there hanging on the rim, and you heard Coach Tabuada there in that timeout. They're going to go to a 2-3 zone moving forward. I think that's a good idea. Try to keep it really compact. Make Angola make some perimeter shots. Of course, you're going to have to rebound out of that zone, which can be a challenge. But so far, Angola able to get inside the paint a little too much here at the start of this game.
Well, from what I've seen, Gilson Bango and Brasmachi have received the technical. So has Patrick Lima. So that would mean it's going to be one free throw to Cabo Verde, unless the referees have identified something else. Let's listen now to our officials.
We are going to review how many players left the bench of Cabo Verde during the live play. Can you play it after? Go forward, go forward. Okay, stop. 1. You will get this number. 1 player. Okay? 1, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player, 5, 6. Did someone do something? Go. Let's see if someone is doing anything. Okay. So 6 players from them. Can you just go back and now we check how many players from Angola enters the court? So we have 6, right? And no one from Angola. We have 7 players actually. We need to know which one didn't go inside.
4, 5, 6.
2.
6.
Yeah, which one didn't go inside?
Didn't go inside?
Yeah.
We have 6 players that left the court.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you need to look at?
No, I mean.
Okay.
So, after the review, 6 players from Angola, from Cabo Verde enters the court. We will have the penalty. You have the double technical on these 2. Okay. So we didn't get the timeout, right? Okay. Okay, so 6 players from Cabo Verde enters the court without any permission. Okay? So that's a B2 on the coach. Okay? Okay, B2 on the coach. So now my question is, how about the penalties?
The other
6.
2 cancels.
Yes, so 1 shooting 1,
One shooting
okay?
one, yeah.
And what about the 6 players? It's only B2?
I don't know the answer.
Because they didn't fight.
No, he didn't fight.
So it's
He
only
didn't
B2,
fight, yeah.
okay?
So we only
I will go like this.
Oh, coach. This is interesting because as the officials identified, everybody from Cabo Verde's bench, 6 at least, came on the floor. Now, one of our officials did indicate nobody came on to do anything violent. It was just maybe to prevent anything from escalating. But what is going to be the outcome?
Well, there was a timeout there, so I don't understand why they're even looking at it. You can see Coach Tablada right now saying that a timeout was issued. All these players can enter the court at that point. So I'm not sure why the officials even looked at it. And also not sure what the result of seeing that's going to be.
Well, as the initial calls were made, it was a technical foul on Gilson Bango and Patrick Lima. But another one given initially to Braz Machi before they decided to go to the monitor to find out how many players came on the floor. But whatever decision's going to, well, Almeida's at the free throw line as we speak.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. That's the technical from Bango hanging on the rim, but what happens here and why is he even shooting? So,
well, Almeida's asking the official what's going on. But now Dundell's at the free throw line. So whatever penalty they've decided to put against Cabo Verde, this has got to be the reason Shilde Dundell's at the free throw line, Coach.
well, I just really don't understand it. I mean, there's a timeout that's being signaled, and it's 2 free throws here.
I mean, is it 2? Because 6 players, they said a B2 on the coach, I guess, but.
And they lose possession of the ball. I mean, this is, I really just don't understand how these officials come to that decision. So it's got to at least be Cabo Verde's ball. You see, at least they reversed that, but you'd have to be really frustrated if you're Cabo Verde. I mean, there was a timeout that was granted there. The players that entered the court, I didn't see anything malicious about them doing it. A long delay there. Really no reason.
Trying to find Gomez. 7-point deficit. Almeida pulls up, quick 3. Fights for his own rebound. But Angola comes up with it. Finding Bango. Good interception by Betinho Gomes. And Lima probably doing too much. Numbers here for Angola. One more time. Unable to connect. Probably should have finished it. Still Angola with the advantage. Gomes misses last 3. Tavares, Towers for the rebound, goes in. I missed the putback dunk.
Well, frustrated with himself there, and
doesn't want to pick up another foul. He's got to be careful.
He definitely does, but you got to be disciplined here. You don't want to get into an up and down game with Angola. Just got to be patient in the half court with your offense. Stay compact with your defense.
I'm sure they did. Dow went for the 3-pointer. Betinho Gomes, happy to see that one dribble out of bounds. Because I like his last name, Trovoada. And being the polyglot you are, Coach, what does that translate to in Portuguese?
Yeah, well, I believe it's Stones.
Stones or Storm, is it?
Oh, Storm, that's right. Jeez, you're the one teaching me.
I think we learned that pre-game, of course, but he would love it to be a Storm. And Lima right now out of control. Almeida bumping, twisting. Finds Tavares. Lima's made 1 3. Well, Gomes got to make this one, and that would just calm their nerves down slightly.
Yeah, they just have to stay disciplined. You know, they were talking about going to a 2-3 zone. Looks like they're in it now, just extended a little bit up top.
That's going to be another foul. It's going to send down to the free throw line.
Well, that should be on the floor.
Problem is, I think that's a penalty, though, so that's the right call because he's on that. Oh, no, right, that's not the fifth foul. Okay. So no fouls left for Cabo Verde to give. Angola lead by 5. Valente. That's good recovery defense. So 9/10 of a second. You got to think a Bango lob is going to be coming.
Well, yeah, not a whole lot of options here. Definitely look for something thrown up at the rim. He might have been out of bounds before he saved that.
That's very close.
It looked like his foot maybe had hit that baseline.
Cabo Verde, what you don't want to do is give away a foul here because you would send Angola to the free throw line. So Coquila subbing in here for Angola. There's the lob. And that's a 24. Surely that was, 24-second violation. Clock just slightly delayed, but the referee's doing a good job of getting the decision right there.
And if Coach Bovada, how long are you going to wait before putting Joel Almeida in the game? It's been a real struggle finding points here so far. His shooting maybe can get you going a little bit.
Oh, Almeida's going to call for the kickball violation. Oh, no. This one's going to go against Angola. Oh, no, they changed it.
Well, both officials pointing opposite directions. Surprised they don't talk about it, but I think it ended up being the right call. Looked like Almeida's the one extending his foot right here.
They also have Anderson Correa on the bench, too. Lima doing a good job. Hands in the cookie jar. Cabo Verde numbered. Tough pass. Finds Gomes, goes in, and he finishes. Well, leading Cabo Verde at the moment here in the first quarter.
Well, it's a nice job by Almeida. Not a good pass there from Tavares. But Almeida able to come up with it, keep it in play.
Oh, the follow-up. Coquila came in, and Coach Eddie Tavares did everything right defensively, but nobody helped him out. And Almeida right now under pressure. Just able to save this one. Gomes in the corner. He'll try a third three. Just not going to go. Angola diving on the ground. Now Tavares got to be careful. Goodell just plays at that electrified speed. Finds Bango. That time I think the foul is going to be on Ivan Almeida. It'll be his first personal foul of the game.
Nice drop-off pass there from Dundao, and I think if you're Cabo Verde, maybe should consider going underneath those screens, make him shoot from the perimeter. I can understand trying to get him downhill, but he's kind of shown through these years he's able to be effective.
There's a follow-up by Coquila. Goes so far tonight, Coach. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. If you want to win that 12th FIBA AfroBasket championship, this is where you've got to make it count.
Well, and so far, I mean, this is how Angola plays. So, you know, coming with a lot of different bodies as they do, and they're just trying to wear you down. You see the pressure and the offensive rebounding. And Coach Claros is really going to go to almost everyone on that bench. Not afraid to try different combinations of players.
Anytime Jilson Bango is able to convert at the free throw line, it's a huge plus for Angola. Well, Kennedy Mendez has come into the lineup, so slightly bigger here for the Cabo Verdeans.
Well, you see Correa in the game as well. He really brought them a lot of life in the second half against Tunisia. And he knows a lot of these Angolan players well. Spent a couple years with Petro de Luanda. He's been in this building many a time.
Almeida. Finds Mendez. Mendez, quick turnaround. Tavares battles, and that's what he's in there for.
You see they're going to be back in that 2-3 zone. Almeida really extends up out of that corner quite a bit.
Still a 5-point lead currently here to the 11-time FIBA AfroBasket champions. Gacko, 3. Almeida battles for the board. Kind of feel a bucket here for Cape Verde. Will kind of just calm them down. They take a gamble. There's a bump. Tavares made one against Tunisia. Not going to get that one. Oh my, could have got to the free throw line, but Salta Miguel that time. Simple pump fake. At that point, well, they're calling. Gacko's calling the Claros to call for the challenge, but knowing Pep, I don't think he'll go for it, Coach.
Well, it's hard for him to know. And he looks down afterwards. You have to see where he was when he initially caught it.
As Tavares just cleaning up. Of course, Angola do have one foul to give. Trying to get something through the explosive play of Correa. Correa goes in. Comes up with his own rebound. Almeida waiting for that screen. Angola getting ready to hedge it. He tries to split it again. He turns it over. Well, here we go. 7-point lead currently to Angola.
Well, it's the turnovers, and that's what they want to do. They're going to be aggressive, trapping, digging at the ball, and it's been a struggle here for Almeida. You see, once again, having a hard time with this perimeter pressure.
Well, Almeida's getting checked a lot. Kicks out. Mendez. Time winding down. Down the middle. Finds Tavares. That's good. Oh, gets away with that one, I think.
The bodies flying everywhere. And
nice pass. But Silvio tips in his own bucket. 9-point lead. Well, Mendez has a wide opening. Goes in, throws it down, and he'll go to the free throw line. Angola just got caught sleeping.
well, defensive breakdown there. Nobody matched up. But if you're Cape Verde, you just got to be careful here. It's the pressure of Angola starting to get them a little bit. Even Almeida really been the primary ball handler, having a hard time there at the top. And surprised we didn't see Joel Almeida until now. Get another perimeter shooter there, see if you can spread them out defensively a little bit. Sorry, I was just going to say, so far this game has gone exactly how Angola would want.
And you see on every ball screen, Coach, you see what the defense is doing, especially with Almeida. They're trying to rush quickly and trap it or pressure. What do you do if you are the ball handler? You're coming off that screen against Angola.
Well, you got to get off of it quickly. You know, you're going to be putting them in rotation by finding anybody. I think Almeida's just kind of over-dribbled a little bit.
Well, Gacko able to nail the three-pointer, even with the closeout of the 7'2" Eddie Tavares. 9-point lead. Cape Verde, if they can get things under control, they can go 2 for 1. Mendez throwing a very poor pass to Eddie Tavares. Good hands by Almeida. Time, space, 3. Just needs to get into the rhythm. Well, Lucchetti goes in, Eurostep, and just finishes coast to coast.
Well, nice job there from De Sosa sealing off the help defender, but Cape Verde, you got to stop the ball and not let Lucchetti there go the distance all the way to the rim.
One final play. Correa to the bucket, goes in. That's tough. The explosive move by Anderson Correa. And that will do the end of the first quarter where Angola, 11-time champions of the FIBA AfroBasket, lead by 9 points. And the atmosphere has been simply electrified, especially when Lucchetti goes coast to coast, Coach.
You see him going the distance there, and the big just sealing off the help defender. But if you're Cape Verde, you really got to find a way to slow this tempo down, take care of the ball, not allow Angola to get out in transition.
Well, it's been all Angola so far. You look at the stats, both teams only one 3-point field goal, but Angola 50% from within inside the rainbow. Angola have only taken 2 free throws. Well, Cape Verde, but now we'll take a look at the highlights here from the first quarter. 6th meeting between these two teams. And coach, the last time they actually met was in this arena, the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers, and Angola won. Angola's won 5 of those 6 meetings. You got to think, well, history not in Cape Verde's favor.
Well, so far, everything that quarter went Angola's way. The tempo of the game, the ball pressure, that's how they want to play. They're just going to throw a lot of different lineups at you, but all of them looking to do the same thing.
Well, the fans loving every big moment. That alley-oop from Shilde Dundal. It was a tough play. Coutinho Gomes, currently Cape Verde's leading scorer, 4 points, but in transition, Kokila going in for the follow-up. And this is tough for Cape Verde because when Eddie contests anything, somebody's got to come and help out and rebound.
If you're Cape Verde, you just got to have 5 guys with a foot in the paint. So Angola just 1 for 4 from 3 in that quarter. You got to make them shoot from the perimeter. You know, obviously on the transition opportunities, it's hard when you turn the ball over, but once your defense is set, they need to have all 5 defenders clogging the lanes.
Fans, scan that QR code and download the Courtside 1891 app where you can get all the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions and also the warm-up games ahead of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. Courtside 1891, download it today. Well, Coach, you're ready. We're looking at the stats from the first quarter, and, you know, Angola, 4 points from turnovers, 6 second chance points. You know, Cape Verde with 5, but one key difference, bench points.
Well, that's what they'll do. They're just going to come at you with a lot of different bodies. See Cape Verde back in this zone here.
Well, Lucchini did make it. An 11-point ball game with the transition bucket. Now Celton Miguel from downtown. And all of a sudden, Angola, they've had their 3-point struggles, but now they have 2 tonight.
Well, Celton Miguel, very capable shooter. You don't want to see him heating up if you're Cape Verde.
12-point lead to Angola. Correa. Bumping. Oh, probably should have got called for a travel. But Almeida unable to hit the 3. Without Eddie Tavares, not a lot of offensive rebounds are going to fall in the hands of Cape Verde. Is unfortunately Angola turning it over.
See, no floor balance there for Cape Verde. They're lucky not to give up any points.
Celton Miguel just going to check out of the game. I think he just hurt himself. Not sure what happened. Or just bumped his knee probably.
Yeah, hit his knee against the sign there.
I love the full court man-to-man pressure from Angola.
I mean, that's what they do. They're going to pick you up full court. They're going to pressure all game long, throw a lot of different bodies at you. Just try to wear you down.
Bit of a fake screen. Tavares trying to go past Lucchini, just over dribbling it. Oh, diving. Kokila's ahead. Makes the pass. Goes in. And now it's a 14-point lead, Coach. And almost another turnover. Oh, it's becoming a disaster. Valente, he's fouled. Pep Claros asking the question. They want an unsportsmanlike.
We'd have to see the impact, but you're Cape Verde, nothing going your way. You see another turnover here, leading to transition opportunities.
I don't think a timeout's been called right now. Well, here's another look at the play here. There's the original buck. Now, I don't think the referee signaled. No, they did signal. So timeout coming here for Cape Verde. Wow. It's possible, Coach.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't looked at it. There's definitely a lot of contact there coming from behind.
Well, let's go and listen now to what Cape Verde's coach Trovada has to say.
Nós não tivemos cabeça. Vamos deixar o jogo andar. Ouvir. É importante que a bola ande. Eles estão a pressionar constantemente. Vamos jogar o dedo. O dedo. Com o que é bom.
Swing the ball, swing the ball.
Tudo aberto. Joel. Anderson. Dedo. Michel sobe mais um passo, mais um passo.
Joana se teraz muito interessante ofensivo.
Homem.
Não vai, cara. Não vai. Defesa atrás. 1, 2, 3, defesa.
Well, I think the message was very deliberate. Number one, you got to take care of the basketball. Turnovers in their own half, turnovers in the half court. You know, Coach, you don't necessarily have a natural point guard out there. We've seen Anderson Carrera play point. Here's some of the looks at the three-pointers by Gaku. You know, I'll ask the question, who is going to be primary ball handler at the moment for Cabo Verde and take that responsibility?
Well, I would imagine Tavares needs to be that guy, but it's been a struggle so far. You heard Coach Trovoada there asking his players to use their head. And one of my favorite things in Portuguese, ome. So they're going to man, switching out of that zone, but nothing going their way. Really starting on the offensive end. They got to find a way to get good looks, set their defense, stay compact, make Angola beat them from the outside in the half court.
Provisional substitution. Valente will sub out. Celta Miguel coming back in for Angola. And again, the relentless full court man-to-man defense. Struggling to get open. Correa's got to help out. Correa trying to play quick. Just need to get into a good half-court set. Well, it's not usually a shot. But Almeida, this time drawing the foul.
Oh yeah, even there, it's just they have Cabo Verde so rushed offensively. You see this pressure really causing fits for them. Haven't been able to execute much so far in this game.
Cabo Verde will inbound this. Tavares, got it by Luke Kenny. Almeida trying to attack the gaps. Fakes the pass, goes in. A nice move by the veteran.
Oh, it was a tough finish. Extended over the bigs there. Maybe that can get him going.
Well, Luke Kenny now being the facilitator here for Angola. High screen from Silvio de Souza. Time winded down. Celta Miguel made his last three. The foul is going to be called against Mendes.
We saw them wrapped up. I think Mendes is saying it was de Souza that wrapped him.
Let's have a look here. I don't know about that.
It's Coquila that actually down there. Hard to tell who grabbed who, but it's just so hard to come up with rebounds. They come at you with so much size.
While Gaku made his last three. Great work by Gomes, just coming up with a rebound. 13-point lead still to Angola. Takes a deflection. That should remain Cabo Verde ball.
Well, that's what they need to do against these hard hedges. Get off the ball quickly and then keep it moving. Keep the defense scrambling.
Correa using that explosive speed, goes in. He'll go to the free throw line. And you know what? What they get from him, as you said in that game against Tunisia, just that explosive energy where he's able to break any defender down. And in this case, inside the key, and now a three-point potential play coming up.
Well, he's going to make something happen, that's for sure, when he takes the floor. Ultra-aggressive player. And we saw great minutes from him in the second half against Tunisia. Right there, excellent take, finishing through the contact.
Well, if he makes his free throw, he will become their leading scorer ahead of Betinho Gomes. Because he's been averaging 5.5 points per game. His best was against Tunisia with 14. 5-0 run from Cabo Verde. Wow. Tavares just reaching. Luke Kenny. Now a bit of time and space. Goes out of bounds. Because I love Lucchini's game from when we saw him back in Manila at the 2023 Basketball World Cup. But, Coach, he's very inconsistent from the three-point line.
Well, I don't think that was a great shot there. You know, Lucchini's slid between the 2 and the 1. We had him as a young player. Really was envisioning him as being a point guard, you know, much more a combo guard as his career went on.
Correa trying to pump fake. Nice pass. Goes in. Foul called. Mendes will go to the free throw line. This is positive play from the second unit of Cabo Verde.
Well, it's a really nice pass from Correa. He's come in here and steadied this group. You see a beautiful bounce pass there. Really nobody else able to have much going, but once again, Correa coming into this game and injecting life into his team.
Kennedy Mendes making the first free throw. He's only taken 4 free throws coming into this game. Hasn't really got a lot to the free throw line here at the AfroBasket. But converts both. 8-point deficit. 7-0 run for Cabo Verde. This is positive.
Well, really the first positive stretch we've seen so far. I think Correa gets a lot of the credit. He's come into this game with great energy. Has not been afraid of this defense.
Bruno Fernando and Gilson Bango subbing back in for Angola. There's the elevation, connection. Can Angola get another crack? Winning the 50-50. Selton still has it. Now pulls up mid-range, hand his face. Can't finish. And another offensive rebound. Fernando caught between 3. Good defense. Now a 3-on-2. No look. Tavares making a 9-0 run. And Pep Claros has seen enough. That 15-point lead has indeed been cut down to 6.
What a great response here from Cabo Verde. We saw them smothering Bruno Fernando here, not allowing him to go back up with that offensive rebound. And the strip leads to the breakout. A nice pass here from Correa.
Well, we'll head down to Angola's bench to hear what Pep Claros has to say. The Cabo Verdean fans have made the journey, and they still believe.
Lanzamiento sin ver ni una ventaja. Tenemos 3 hombres grandes. Ataca, bloqueo para jugar dentro. Jugamos Mario, jugamos Mario, jugamos Mario, jugamos los dos. Lo que es importante es que bola se ataque o pica el roll. Si no se ataca, pues estáis pasando a bola, no tenemos peligro. El segundo bloqueo, contra zona. Ven a procurarlo aquí en medio. ¿Sí? Puede ser aquí, y este jugador baja. 4, no te me abres, vas aquí dentro, y no vas aquí. No me gusta porque en set.
Well, you said it very well, Coach. Just like Tunisia, he came in the game in the second half. You know what? They went from being up by 7 to pretty soon being up by 20 to then being up by as many as 30. But, Coach, one thing I find interesting, it was Cabo Verde committing too many turnovers. But as of now, both teams with 7 turnovers each. Angola, right now, just not taking care of the ball, but they have brought Shilde Dundao back in.
Well, Shilde back in the game here.
Lucchini goes in. That's an &1. Now he'll go to the free throw line.
Can't let Lucchini get to that left hand there. An excellent job finishing with the contact.
You recognize that superstar we just saw?
Well, Yannick Marrera certainly liked it. Let's just see the middle opening.
Well, there's the foul. Because many of Coach Will Voigt's former national team players when he was head coach of Angola from 2017 to 19 in the building. We've seen Yannick Marrera almost every night, Coach. Do you live nearby?
Well, he actually does. I don't want to reveal his address to the Angolan fans. That could be a nightmare for him, but
we won't do that, of course.
But not too far from this arena.
Hey, I love it. You're a former player, not only here to see his national team, he's been at every game. He just loves what he does.
Well, you can see the history behind this national team.
Tavares just got away with a few steps.
I think he did.
Correa losing control of it. It goes out of bounds. Cabo Verde will get it back now. Will Claros be tempted into a head coach's challenge?
There were 2 violations, and that's a pretty close to a double dribble there. But before that, Tavares for sure traveled.
Almeida tries to go baseline. Oh, Dundal just fighting for it. And the young fella comes up hungry.
I'm surprised there was no call there.
Luchetti goes baseline yet again. Just over 5.5 to go. Luchetti finds Bango and 2 points. Throws it down. Bango time.
Well, I don't know. You know, Mendes, he wants to force baseline, but he just opens up completely. Lets McKinney get to his strong left hand there. Nice drop off from McKinney to Bango.
Both teams only 1 foul to give. Nice take. Avoids the block, but again, just avoids the bucket. Correa definitely has the speed to deal with Dundal. It's a matchup I like to see. Shilde Dundal defended by Anderson Correa.
Those are 2 extremely quick players.
Again, mercilessly coming around the screen, and Angola getting their way inside the paint. Mighty Mouse.
That's a great take there from Shilde, using that left hand.
Again, just trying to put it between the legs. Well, Bango's ahead. Bango time. Bango, baby. Well, Bango's on the ground, coach. That is not a good sign for Angola. I didn't see what happened in the follow-up, but Bango threw it down. And unfortunately, he's hit the deck.
You never want to see that. Couldn't tell what happened there.
Let's have a look here. Well, we're not going to be able to see from here, obviously. There's a dunk.
See the pressure once again, forcing turnovers, and what happens when he lands.
Oh. I don't think Tavares had any involvement. As you can see, he was quite far away from him, but well, we hope he's okay. And you can see Bruno Fernando. The viewers can't see it, but Fernando's calling for a stretcher.
Yeah, you just hate to see that. Obviously landing awkward there. Couldn't tell if it was the knee or the hamstring maybe, but these teammates of his obviously so concerned. You just hate to see that from Jilson Bongo. I mean, he's really starting to emerge. Had a great season with Fenerbahce. One of the real success stories in Angolan players.
Well, we hope he's okay. Fingers crossed. Our hopes and wishes go to Jilson Bango, because he looks like he's in a world of pain at the moment. 9 points, 5 rebounds. Not a good sign.
No, it really isn't. Just hard to tell from this thing. It was just, as soon as he went down, he saw it, like where he's grabbing is where I'm concerned.
Yep. Well, we hope he's okay. Angola, of course, have had to make a change. So coming back into the game indeed is, well, coming into the game, João Fernandes. 14-point lead currently to Angola. Correa. Now going back door. Correa goes in, draws a foul. It's on Bruno Fernando. That's going to be a second personal foul.
Well, you gotta love Correa's courage. Not afraid of challenging Bruno Fernando there. Gotta see the replay, but I think that's just great verticality. I see why Bruno's upset there. Looked to me like he was straight up, straight down, but Correa bringing some fight for this group. Really nobody else has been able to get anything going for Cabo Verde.
Well, you can cut it down to a 13-point lead. Remember, they still have Almeida, Betinho Gomes, and Eddie Tavares on the bench.
Well, Eddie Tavares now back in the game.
Yep, sorry, missed that one.
And you see Gomes now also checking back in. So I would expect we see even Almeida join this group. Maybe keep Joel Almeida on the floor.
Well, it was the fight between Dundal, fight for the ball that is, and Joel Almeida. It was the dunk by Gilson Bango. And again, as mentioned, fans, if you're just joining us, Gilson Bango unfortunately did land very poorly, has injured himself. And that's going to be the last team foul for Cabo Verde to give away here in the second quarter. 3:55 left.
Just overextended. I understand maybe wanted to try to pressure, force some turnovers, but I think they're better served staying really compact, keeping all these guards out on the perimeter, just living with whatever they can do as three-point shooters.
It's not a bad move taking Fernando to the bench. He does have 2 fouls. You don't want him to pick up a third. Dundal finds an opening, goes in, gets denied. Well, that's a double block by both Correa and Tavares.
Well, great recovery there. Correa, like you said, I think both get to it. I think it starts with Correa. Well, I guess it's only Correa there, but he's been really good for Cabo Verde. You know, I like his intensity on both ends of the floor. He's been really the lone guard for Cabo Verde, able to handle the pressure of Angola.
Well, there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Angola will have it baseline, but Pep Claros is going to call timeout to draw something up.
Eduardo, fintas bloqueo a los Clene. Joao, fintas aquí bloqueo. Eduardo, te vas. Y aquí. Y aquí. Y aquí. Chile, vas en bola. Aquí. Vas a mirar.
Well, fans, welcome 2025 FIBA AfroBasket, the 31st edition. We're live here in Luanda, Angola, currently with 3:45 to go here in the second quarter. There will be a baseline possession coming up for Angola. Of course, the energy man. Seeing him back in Manila, coach, at that opening game against the Italians in the Basketball World Cup. But you know, he plays at just such a different turbo speed that not many players in the international game are able to keep up with him.
Well, he is lightning quick and he is relentless. You know, really the catalyst for this team with his style of play.
Lucchini finds Silvio. Almeida's able to come up with a rebound. Neither team with any fouls to give. Well, Almeida again. Well, keeps this one alive. No, turns it over. And now Angola can capitalize, leading by 13. Well, who's the foul on? Is it on Almeida? No. Oh, it's on Angola, coach.
Wow. I don't know about that. Looks like they were both tied up. I think we're going to call something. Could be a double foul, but really surprised that Cabo Verde, they've stuck with even Almeida as the primary ball handler. It has been a struggle for him against this pressure. You know, Correa did a nice job, but you just got to find somebody else to relieve some of this pressure for him. He needs to be a primary scorer, and he's just having a hard time getting across half. I guess right there, though, you do see in the tail end, little arm extension.
Ivan Almeida, of course, a legend in not only Cabo Verde, but also in Portugal, leading Benfica to their first appearance in the Basketball Champions League. And now getting pushed by his former Benfica teammate, Eduardo Francisco.
See, Fernandez now in the game. That makes all 12 players on the roster getting minutes. And
oh, unsportsmanlike foul against Almeida. Dundal made the original bump. So, coach, I think this might be 3 free throws coming up. The original foul plus the unsportsmanlike.
Just the foul itself, yeah.
Okay, so just the unsportsmanlike, but
I don't know why he would want to challenge that. It's going to be.
So I thought they called an original foul on the bump hit. That was where the whistle was called. So there was a. Okay, maybe it is okay.
I think they get Almeida there with the foul. I mean, for sure, it definitely could have been the bump prior to that, but I understand the challenge here. Definitely going to lose it. And these two Portuguese-speaking countries, a lot of jawing going back and forth here.
Well, that is going to be 2 fouls on Almeida. This our referees just discussing. And the question is if Trovoada is going to call the head coach challenge. Because they just need to calm down Ivan Almeida right now. He's got 2 fouls. They don't want him to pick up any more technical. So yeah, challenge call. So we're going to head to the monitor to find out if this is going to remain or be downgraded.
So this is a head coach challenge by Team B. We are going to review if the contacts meet the criteria of unsportsmanlike foul. Downgrade possible. Initial decision is UF unsportsmanlike foul on blue 6. 2 shots possession.
I don't need to see anything else. I have an unsportsmanlike foul on blue 6. You need to see something else?
Okay, so that's the second action, you mean?
Yeah.
That's the second
That's
action.
all I called was that right there, unsportsmanlike.
Okay.
You need to see anything else?
Okay, I'm good.
Let's do it.
Okay, confirm. Wait. After the review, initial decision remains. UF on blue 6, shooter is number 5, 2 shots possession.
Well, no change in the decision, and I think the original play for the ball was good. Unfortunately, it's the follow-through afterwards. So it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Dundal.
Well, no question there. Not a great challenge. But I think you made an interesting point. It very well could have been on Delgado initially with Almeida, then after. So in some ways, Almeida may be lucky to have avoided a technical foul.
Well, they extend it back to a 13-point lead. 3:10 to go here in the second quarter. Of course, no doubt, Coach Cameroon watching this game very closely after their big victory against Egypt.
Cape Verde back to the man-to-man here. Really extended, though.
Another 3, shielded Dundal. Another offensive rebound. Almeida's got to be careful. They need him in the game. Oh, Lucchetti, time, space, 3. Can't get it. Well, Coach, Angola, more offensive rebounds than defensive so far here in the first half. Almeida, time and space, he'll fire a 3. That will calm them down. Slicing it back down to 10 points.
That's a big response from Almeida. And again, I'm just surprised that Cape Verde is leaving these primary ball handlers on their own, not bringing ball screens up there, trying to loosen up the pressure.
Dundal. And another foul committed. That's going to be a second one for Betinho Gomes. Because I kind of felt that Cape Verde defended. Sure, they did. They contained him at least, but just that unnecessary play by Betinho Gomes.
Yeah, it really was. Gifting some free throws, and it's a nice little pin down here. Almeida coming off in rhythm, and that's a welcome sign here for Cape Verde. Not a whole lot going their way offensively.
Well, 9 out of 12 from the free throw line. Curious sellout capacity crowd tonight here in Luanda, Angola. You've lived through this experience, Coach. I mean, this is magnificent. To be in this kind of environment in such a magnificent country, I mean, you must have loved every home game. You never lost, did you?
Well, we were fortunate to have never lost a game in this building. You can see why. This crowd is so supportive, and they understand basketball too. That was something I was impressed with.
Valente. Just they'd be happy to see him take a three-pointer. Dundo on a handoff. Another screen by Silvio. Oh, nice time. That's going to be a kickball violation. Eduardo Francisco just cutting from the baseline.
There's a nice cut there. And out, just barely missing delivering that pass.
There's Gaku and Luchetti watching from the bench. Oh, Francisco goes baseline. Silvio. Good defensive presence by Eddie Tavares. Gomes getting the screen. Finds Tavares. Nice kick out. Almeida's made his last three. Big time shot. Cutting it down to 7. And those fans still believe.
Oh, beautiful kick out there from Eddie Tavares. We saw him immediately finding Almeida there in the corner as the weak side help was coming across. That's 2 threes now here for Almeida. We saw him get hot in their last game as well. He's a guy that can still fill it, 39 years old, but can still score with the best of them here.
Am I seeing a Cabo Verdean fan wearing a Primero de Agosto top there?
We had a Petro de Luanda.
Petro de Luanda, excuse me.
Yeah, zip up there, so.
I love this. We have Cabo Verdean fans wearing top-tier basketball clubs here of Angola. You got to love it, Coach.
Well, of course, they were in the BAL championship this year, so.
Well, they want a blocking foul. Another turnover. And a technical foul is going to be called. It's on go. Well, that is a delay, Coach.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be number 3 on Gomes.
Well, we got to see this. I think the timing of the whistle, very curious.
Now, my question would be, Coach, surely the Bulls going to go back to Cabo Verde because they have possession in transition.
Well, I mean, we need to see the replay here to know. I think when the flop occurred.
Here it is, watch. I mean, that's tough. But Cabo Verde get it back.
Well, I don't understand. Why is the official waiting that long to make that call? And if it is indeed a flop, he should whistle it right away. It'd be Angola ball, actually. Instead, he lets it play on, stops the fast break with the technical. So I understand why Pep is upset. I think both coaches should probably be upset with the way that was handled.
Well, someone's got to help out Tavares. Delgado not playing points. Almost turn it over. Come back up with it. And Angola right now all over the place. Coming up with it. Francisco. And he'll go to the free throw line. Well, that flop call potentially could have been, had it not been given, a transition bucket, which would have seen the game cut down to 5. But now this could potentially be an 11-point lead if Eduardo Francisco can convert from the free throw line.
I mean, outside of Correa, none of the ball handlers of Cabo Verde have been able to handle just the one-on-one pressure. A little surprised they haven't come with some ball screens just to loosen those one-on-one defenders up. It's really been a struggle for them in this game. Now up to 11 turnovers for Cabo Verde.
Francisco unable to convert the free throw. Now the foul is going to be called in. Former Benfica teammates. Because Almeida's, he's been hand checked quite a lot tonight. He has 3 points, coach. They've all come from the free throw line here for Ivan Almeida.
I mean, Angola is going to play really physical. That's their style. They want to, trap, pressure. They can be really handsy. Sometimes with this crowd, the officials can get a little intimidated. But it's been a struggle for these ball handlers just in one-on-one matchups, getting it across half court.
And you can see here, coach, Tavares, and of course, Mendes right now, not even the box out. They want to get everybody back. Now the Cabo Verde, no fouls to give. 6 seconds difference between game and shot clock. 9-point lead to Angola. There's a screen. Back to Silvio de Souza. Francisco, he'll fire a 3, it's up. De Souza coming up with a rebound. Almeida comes up with it. Now they have a chance. Steps around. There's a kick out. Delgado, 3. And a foul is going to be given. Unsportsmanlike foul against Silvio de Souza.
We'll have to see that replay. It's actually a really smart defensive play from Fernandez. You see him leaving Delgado to make sure that Almeida was covered in the corner. Didn't want to give that extra pass for the corner 3. And de Souza trailing the play here. We'll have to see.
To see from there. And there's the 3. Watch Silvio. I mean,
I don't see anything warranting an unsportsmanlike foul. I mean, certainly a foul pushing the back, but now a chance with 1.6 to execute something. See if they can get Almeida coming off the screens here. Try to get an open 3 at the end of the half.
Tavares 6 points. Great free throw shooting tonight here from both teams. Only 2 missed for Cabo Verde. Now they're down by 7. 1.6 left. If you're Angola, you can see Pep Claros. Don't foul. Don't send him to the free throw line.
Well, you're either looking lob for Tavares.
There you
go.
go. It is. Oh my goodness. Obrigado. What a way to finish the first half. They trail by as many as 15. And coach, they cut it down to 5.
Well, if you're Cabo Verde, you have got to feel good to come into this halftime down only 5 points. Nothing going your way really this entire game outside of these final really 2 minutes of this quarter.
You predict the future. You said look out for the Eddie Tavares lob. Coach, it came, and now they're only down by 5. How do you do it, Coach? How do you do it?
Well, you can see Pep Claros' reaction there. He's got to be frustrated with the way they closed that half out.
Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats. Cabo Verde slightly better from the perimeter, but not that much better. But both teams relatively well from the free throw line. 14 field goals for Angola with inside the rainbow. But Angola, as expected, leading the rebounds by 6. A combined total of 21 turnovers between these two teams. But as you can see, Joel Almeida coming off the bench, 2 crucial 3-pointers. And unfortunately for Angola, coach, hopefully Gilson Bango's okay.
Well, it definitely didn't look good the way he landed. And, if you're Angola, 2 for 11 from 3. It's been a struggle from the perimeter, but everything else going.
Well, it was in that first quarter where Angola built the double-digit lead. Of course, forcing these turnovers and then converted them quickly. But it was when this man came into the game, coach. He gave them that spark off the bench. And you said it, 39 years young. But what about this man? Anderson Carrera. He is an abundance of energy that can change the tempo of any game.
Well, Correa I thought was outstanding. Really nothing going for Cabo Verde until he came into the game. I just thought he brought great energy, and he was able to handle the pressure of Angola.
But there's unfortunately where the injury happened. And we hope that Gilson Bango's okay. Because there you can see his former teammate, Yannick Moreira, But there was the first three for Joel Almeida. The big three that gave them a bit of belief. The spark, the curl, getting his feet set. Coach, great shooters, they'll always shoot.
Well, if he gets open looks, he's going to knock them down, and I think that's been the struggle. Had a hard time running sets for him because the pressure has really distorted their offense.
Well, Capo Verde's head coach, Coach Emmanuel Provuada, legend in both Angola and Capo Verde. You can see Eduardo Francisco that time finishing in the final alley-oop. Coach Will Voigt predicted it, and in the end, it became a reality. Halftime, we'll be back in just over 12 minutes.
We're in for a showdown here tonight.
Let's get this party started.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown.
Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
That's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time. Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me!
Here we go. Baji. Wow. Blassie threw the ball up, and Baji met it and connected at the summit.
A great lob there from Blassie.
Almeida wants to run. Almeida goes, are you kidding me? Obrigado. That is Ivan Almeida. Showtime, baby.
Well, Almeida still able to get up.
3 seconds left. Mendes, gotta shoot it. Looks like a circus shot. Are you kidding me, coach? Well, that is incredible. Now Jordan shaking, banking, mid-range. Again, sinking it right in the face of Williams Naras.
Like you said, a little shake and bake there. You saw the hezzy cross and pull up. And this is going to get him going.
Well, good anticipation by Ballo. And now Giddy can take the lead. Oh my goodness, Diarra. Right now, Mali coach not lacking any stamina in that transition. McCollum down the middle, goes in, gets denied. Baji with the protection. Now Blassie kicks out. And look out below. Oh, Jock just went down the middle. And coach, he took no prisoners. Missy, baseline. Twisting, turning again. Goes to his right. And he reminds Sacco just too little. Diakite down the middle. Are you kidding me? One-handed thunder dunk. Holy moly, coach.
What a finish there from Diakite.
Well, they want to go quick. Lopez. Pump fakes. Goes big. Well, gets swatted. Pulls up, three, takes it, and wow, wow, baby! Senegal will go into the halftime break with a 21-point lead, and it indeed has become the Branco Barrio Show.
is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back, basketball fans. We're live here in Luanda, Angola for the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket, the last quarterfinal matchup where currently it's a 5-point lead to Angola against Cabo Verde. Well, so far in the first half, it has been Joel Almeida, the 39-year young superstar, coming off the bench and giving 8 crucial points. 2 of those have been from the three-point line. Well, myself, Josh Bed, and former Angola head coach Will Voigt have been watching this team for the last 2 games. And coach, in the second half against Tunisia, he came in and became, hot rod shot from downtown. He was on fire, and right now, if he can deliver the same, they may have a chance to go into the semifinals and meeting Cameroon.
Well, I was surprised that they waited so long to insert him into the game. Kind of a slow start for them offensively, but you see when he gets open looks, he can knock them down, and what a steadying presence he brings to this team.
People also need to remember, unlike his brother who went to Stony Brook, I believe, he actually played NCAA Division III shortly, but right now, 5-point lead, well, deficit in the case of Cabo Verde, but Mighty Mouse, he has been formidable tonight. 9 points, because he right now is just, in my mind, coach, it's just so quick, so explosive, that if there's any player in the AfroBasket that can hang with him, I would say it's Anderson Correa.
Well, Correa is lightning quick, and you see how he contorts his body when he gets downhill. I think you just got to try to stay in front as best you can, make him beat you from the perimeter. You see another beautiful drive and the left-hand finish here.
Well, he's been their top player. Of course, the unfortunate situation for Angola, losing what looked to be quite a painful injury to Gilson Bango. Now, Bango at one point was actually their leading scorer. He's actually joint leading scorer, but after hitting that dunk, because he went down with a very awkward landing, and our thoughts and prayers go to him, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
Well, 2 giants of Africa right there. So Jean-Jacques Conceição, arguably the best player in the history of Angola. He's talking to Amadou Fall, the president of the BAL, and Amadou's done so much to grow the game here on the continent.
On the case of Cabo Verde, they've been very well from the free throw line. 11 out of 13. They have 1 more 3-point field goal than Angola. Neither team's really, though, been able to get things going from downtown. 17 rebounds, 6 of them have been offensive. And while interestingly for Angola, 23 rebounds, but more of them have come from the offensive end.
I mean, that's what they do. They're going to have 3 bigs on the floor at all times and 12 offensive rebounds. That's not that far off from their norm. So if you're Cabo Verde, you got to figure out a way to control the glass. But I think the surprising number, the 10 turnovers for Angola, they've just come in completely different ways. For Cabo Verde, it's been the pressure of Angola forcing them. For Angola, their turnovers really just lackadaisical mistakes, some sloppy passing and transition, and definitely an area that they have to tighten up here in the second half.
And it became a problem in the backcourt for Cabo Verde because the defense of Angola, it swarms you, gets right up in your face. Very similar to how you coached Angola in 2019. Pep Claros has kind of taken a very similar philosophy, but what I find astounding is, at one point, where Angola had been controlling the tempo, now they have 1 turnover less than Cabo Verde. And you got to think, you want to win this game, you got to take care of the basketball.
Well, they definitely do. And if you're Cabo Verde, you've got to be really happy to only be down 5. And just the way that this whole half had gone, you felt like it was at least going to be a double-digit lead for Angola. So, if you're Angola, like you said, you just got to be stronger with the ball. I think you had opportunities to really push the lead out, unable to capitalize in transition.
And I think it was very strange as well for Angola because they were leading by 9, and then it became a 4-point swing from Eddie Tavares. First, it was the unsportsmanlike foul committed by Silvio de Souza, and then, as you predicted, because you see everything happening on the future when it's a game of basketball, they went for that lob play. Ivan Almeida throwing the alley-oop in there. 7'2" connecting, and that's why we're at a 5-point deficit.
Well, it's a great way to finish the half out. And, you know, Angola with such a good start to this game, you know, pushed out to a 30-15 lead. He thought they might run away with it. And, you know, it's that veteran experience of Cabo Verde just keeping their composure, chipping away, able to execute there in the final minute. And, you know, here they are, you know, right in this game.
Well, the fans definitely enjoying every moment. As mentioned, the last time Angola won the FIBA AfroBasket was 12 years ago. They are the winningest team in history of this competition. And if they are to win the AfroBasket, Coach, well, it's been 12 years. It would indeed be their 12th championship.
Well, they won that championship also in this building. So you know that they can feed off the energy of this crowd and, you know, look for them to get out and pressure again here to start this half. Try to get the crowd right back into it. See if they can force some turnovers.
And, you know, a little bit of history between these two teams. We mentioned this at the beginning of the broadcast. You know, this indeed is going to be the 7th meeting between these two teams. Angola have won 5 of them. The last time they met was in February 2023 on the 25th, and it was in the Basketball World Cup African qualifiers in this arena. It was Angola who won. The last time they met in the AfroBasket was in the previous competition, 2021 in Kigali, and that was indeed Cabo Verde's first ever victory. Cabo Verde have only ever won the bronze medal. That was back in 2007. Marquez Hoopman, of course, leading that team. They came close in 2021, but lost to Senegal in the bronze medal match. And as I mentioned, they are up against the mightiest and winningest team in Angola. Of course, legends in the building tonight. But you know what? 2 more quarters to go. The interesting thing about this quarterfinal, the previous 3 we've seen, Coach, the favorites have been knocked out. All teams that finished top of group phase here at the AfroBasket, indeed, they are gone. It's teams that had to go in the qualification to the quarterfinals that came up victorious. Let's head now to the benches to find out what the coaches have to say.
Let's go, brothers, let's go.
Well, fans, you saw that QR code down low, courtside 1891, where you can get the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions and also the warm-up games ahead of the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket. Courtside 1891, download it today. Well, not too much foul trouble to be concerned with. The only problem for Cabo Verde is, of course, number 21, Betinho Gomes, currently plays for Benfica. He has 3 fouls. Now, Almeida has 2. And so does Eddie Tavares.
You can see Bruno Fernando trying to find his rhythm. It's been a tough tournament for him, having to play the 3 for this team. Used to being a 5 at the highest of levels. So let's see how he adjusts here in the second half.
Will be Cabo Verde, first possession. Taking care of the basketball is going to be the key thing here. Delgado still has it. Now wants to attack. Almeida finds a bit of space. Made 2 threes. Now cutting it down to a 2-point ball game.
Well, picking up where he left off, and I love the set play coming out of the timeout there, creating a nice open look, and also seeing him get the start. It's been coming off the bench, so Cabo Verde understanding the moment is now, trying to continue the momentum from the end of the first half.
Well, I don't know if an invitation was given, but Valente just walked himself right into the paint.
And you see the lane just opening up there. Tavares kind of cut out of position to defend at the rim.
Nice defense by Silvio de Souza. Goes, recovers. Finds Almeida. Pump fakes. He could have got up in the air and maybe got himself to the free throw line. Another high screen by Tavares. Finds the big man. Wow. Tavares has been very lucky so far this evening not to pick up more fouls. Because there's a rim protection. 4-point Angolan lead. Dundal in around the defense. Goes over the backboard. I think more than anything, he was just trying to avoid the rejection from Eddie Tavares.
You see Tavares with a smile there. Dow's just trying to throw it up, but Valente with a nice finish there. And again, Cabo Verde is just leaving these primary ball handlers on their own, one-on-one. It's been a real struggle for them. Hard to run offense. You see another turnover there.
That's got to be a traveling violation, surely.
And if you're Angola, they've had so many opportunities to capitalize on these turnovers. Been really sloppy in the open court.
Oh, what are they? Oh, both teams.
Just really careless with the ball.
Well, they'd be happy to see Bruno take a three. Combs got 3 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up the 4th. Now Valente, baseline. Again, good drop defense coming from Bettino Gomes.
Sloppy start to this half.
Oh. And a poor foul by Shilde Dundon to give away, so that's going to be 3 free throws coming up to Joel Almeida.
See the throw ahead in transition, and clearly Dundon there on the arm.
If you convert all 3, it would be a 3-point deficit. Oh, corrections on that one, actually. Should make it a 1-point deficit. But those fans never stop believing, even when they went down by 15. And Coach, one thing I love about here is you've got Cabo Verdean fans sitting in and amongst some of the Angolan fans. And you know what? It just seems to be a great atmosphere and just such a great camaraderie, respect between the fans. They love everything.
Well, it's a friendly rivalry between the 2 Portuguese-speaking countries, and you can see in this sold-out arena, 12,700 fans here to cheer their teams on.
Dundon goes back door. Well, left wide open, uncontested. Now he's fouled. Fouls on Tavares.
I can see.
That's his 3rd.
I don't know. We'd have to see the replay. I mean, there's nothing on the arm. Maybe he touches his stomach. I'll have to see a replay on that one.
Well, the Angola fans trying to find their voice. Leading by 1. This has been 10 long years. Last time they made the semifinals was indeed the year that you led Nigeria to the 2015 AfroBasket Championship. So this is a basketball country. You've lived it. You've experienced it. They've got to be able to close this game out.
Well, you can see missed free throws, not executing a transition. It's been a sloppy start to this half, and if you're Cabo Verde, you got to figure out how to handle this pressure better. They just leave these point guards. You see Tavares with the step up. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that in this game.
Almeida has to pick up his dribble. Gets a handout. Pulls up quickly. That's big time. Huge 3-pointer.
Wow, that was a tough shot. But I like the move of bringing Tavares up with the step-up screens. I'm surprised we haven't seen that earlier, but just make it a little easier for these primary ball handlers to get the ball up the floor.
Well, Dundon finding Fernando. Remember, Gomes got 3 fouls. Good help side. Another turnover. 1-point lead to Cabo Verde. Now Gomes, he'll go for a quick 3. Doesn't get it. Remember, Tavares does have 3 fouls, so if you get him a 4th, you get him to make a change. Dundon getting caught up. Jump ball is going to be called, so Angola will get it back.
Just a little out of sorts here. You see the beautiful pull-up there from Almeida. It's been hard for him. He's had to be the primary ball handler most of this game. So much more effective when he can play off the ball.
Well, Lucchetti back in the lineup, but both him and Valente flashy corner. Angola's got to get that spacing. Lucchetti, well, probably could have got another foul called against Tavares.
That's a travel.
Well, travel, 3-second violation. Take your pick.
Really surprised the officials missing that one.
Got to get the ball over the halfway line. Only got 2 seconds. Pressure from Angola, causing Cape Verde issues. 1-point lead to Angola. Now the fans trying to get back in. Almeida tries a step through. That's only going to be a foul on the ground. And a technical foul is going to be called against Pep Claros.
Not sure what he's so upset about. Got away with the obvious travel, and this one clearly a foul.
And that's Bruno Fernando's third personal foul, coach. I mean, if anything, Trovada could have an argument there for maybe potential elbows, but, you know, they allow play to continue, so. Well, Almeida will go to the free throw line. 14 points this evening. Only the second player apart from Shilde Dundal in double figures. Converts the free throw.
Cape Verde, I liked when they went with Tavares as the ball handler, Will Tavares that is, let Eddie Tavares come set step-ups for him to loosen up the pressure, and then now that allows the Almeida brothers to play off the ball where they can focus more on their scoring. I think for Ivan, it's been really difficult when he's had to be the primary guy. They just kind of left him on an island to handle these one-on-one defenders, and it's been a struggle.
6:03, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Joel Almeida. Angola will get it back. Bit of a frustration moment there for Almeida. Was that on Tavares, actually?
Yeah, I think it's on Tavares.
Number 3. Because if you're Trovada now, do you think about bringing him out to avoid picking up that fourth?
Well, I think he's going to ride these veterans pretty heavy here in the second half.
Almeida for 3. Trovada 3. And also Gomes 3 as well. Time winding down. Lucchetti. Nice pick and roll. Finds Bruno. And an offensive foul. It's becoming just scramble basketball here at the moment. Neither team able to build any identity on offense.
Saw Coquila there trying to seal off Tavares. Maybe it'd be a 3-second call that got him with the offensive foul. And to see right there, see he's trying to seal Tavares out.
They got to get open.
Again, they just leave these guys one-on-one. And here, finally, Tavares setting those step-ups.
Almeida. Made his last shot. Goes for another one. And they're going to call another technical. Now, he has an unsportsmanlike and a technical, coach. And that's number 4 on him.
This is twice now that they've called it. We have to see the replay here.
Well, they are going to bring Anderson Correa into the lineup.
It's a big call, as you mentioned. Now his 4th foul. To see the replay to know.
That's a huge loss. Oh no, because as I said, he already got called for an unsportsmanlike and a technical. I think that's why he's out of it. Because remember, he picked up the unsportsmanlike in the first half for the foul on Shilde Dundal.
Oh, I don't like that. You know, it actually is contact. You see here, you show the first angle. There was contact after he landed, and for that to be how Ivan Almeida is ejected from this game, I think you just gotta have a better feel as an official there.
Well, this time Dindal makes the free throw. Angola lead by 1. 5:29 here in the third, and they're gonna have to survive without. Now it's actually because Angola didn't necessarily have possession when the technical was given, so they'll get it back. But the good thing for them is at least they have Anderson Correa to the lineup. Tavares getting a handoff with Tavares. And Tavares finds an opening, avoids the block, and he puts Cabo Verde back up by 1. But Angola quickly getting it bound. Luchetti, time, space, 3. Can't get it. Wow, good job by Gaku. Now remember, Bruno Fernando has 3 fouls. Well, Luchetti's got to put up a prayer. That time falling in the hands of Tavares.
Not a great decision there from Luchetti.
Well, Gomez battles. That was quite a quick shot by Tavares. Gaku, he's made 1 tonight. Valente, big rebound. Well, Tavares battling. They're going to give him his 4th foul.
I'm not sure about that one either. It's a loose ball on the floor. Players are scrambling. I'll see the replay here to know, but.
Well, Eddie Tavares, you can understand his frustration, but they can't lose him as well. Now they can bring in Kennedy Mendes. Let's have a look here. He's disciplined there.
Oh, jeez. You got to be frustrated if you're Cabo Verde with these.
They've kept him in the game, Coach.
Well, it's, these are 2 really big calls, and you just got to know for sure. I mean, the ejection of Ivan Almeida.
Well, Coach, I take it back. That was actually Tavares' 3rd foul, so that's my mistake. I was looking at Tavares' will. So.
Yeah, but even then, 3rd foul for him. He's just trying to get on the floor. You got to understand the moment. Both these teams competing, knowing what's on the line. And just hate to see the officials have a huge impact as they've had in these last couple of minutes here.
Dindal again going to the free throw line here for Angola. Can he make it count? 7 out of 9 this evening. Well, 7 out of 10. But he can level things up with 4:21 to go. Because you kind of feel a bit of anxiety here in the building. And that's not only for the Angolan fans, also here for the Cabo Verdean fans as well. Nothing separates these 2 teams. Correa. Again wants to go a high screen. Finds Tavares. Gomez goes in, throws it down with 2 hands. Wow. He hung on the rim quite a long time, Coach.
Well, Correa really the only guard for Cabo Verde that's been able to handle the trapping pick and roll defense from Angola. Nice job of finding Tavares on the short roll, and a beautiful drop off from him.
Under 4 minutes. Neither team with any fouls to give. Dindal. That's good defense by Correa. Luchetti. Lima tries to stand long. That time, Cabo Verde able to come up with it. Can they build a 2-possession lead? Almeida bumps, goes in, and he'll go to the free throw line. See, what I find amazing on that last play, Coach. Loose ball there. 3 Cabo Verde players around it. Even then was a struggle to come up, and you kind of feel with Cabo Verde, every possession they've really got to fight for. But this is a beautiful pass by Eddie Tavares, finding Betinho Gomes.
Well, we've seen him twice in those short rolls, finding kickouts or cutters. So the struggle has been getting the ball to him out of those traps. And Nice job by Correa there.
Joel Almeida really has been a superhero tonight. 16 points, 5 out of 5 from the free throw line. The 3 big three-pointers he made, in my mind, really brought Cabo Verde into this game.
You just got to credit Cabo Verde. So many things have not gone their way, but they've just stayed with it. You see that veteran presence on their roster shining through here.
Well, they take a gamble. Tavares disciplined, gets a rejection. Now Lima finds Tavares. In and around goes. I missed it. Oh, Correa potentially got pushed in the back. Valente, baseline. Gaku, wide open. 3. Got it! And that brings this arena back to life. Oh, Correa out of control, throws it away. Now Angola can't take the lead. Of course, on that play, Tavares went to the bucket, coach, missed the layup. I personally felt Correa went in. Maybe a missed push in the backcourt.
Yeah, it's gotten really physical here down the stretch. You see Tavares doing a nice job of just staying vertical. And the big 3 here from Gaku.
Well, that's only the 3rd 3 of the game, and a technical foul is going to be called. Well, Mendez has only just got into the game. What did he say? Or is it on Almeida? A technical foul has been given to Cabo Verde. It's on Joel Almeida. So this now should be 3 free throws coming up for Shilde Dundal.
I'm not sure what was said there. See Mendez trying to get a reply from the official, but it's been a heated game. Great response here from Angola. You saw the big 3 from Gaku. Able to force another turnover, get out in transition.
Joel Almeida is a very calm, composed player. Very calm and composed. Well, a chance. This is good for Angola. They can build a 2-point lead, but Coutinho Gomes. Oh, coach, I was right about Walter Tavares. No, I was wrong. Apologies. Take it back what I said. There's a kick out. Mendez not going to take that one. And now you can hear the Angolan fans getting back in this. Lima finds Tavares. Sila throws it down. And you knew that one was coming.
A big response there. Angola almost coming up with another steal.
There's the Horns action. Correa doing his job well. Trying to contain Shilde Dundal. Fernando. He's got to get a shot up. But again, finding the backdoor play by Gaku. Nice execution by the Angolans.
That's a really nice cut. Beautiful pass there from Fernando. Thought maybe he wasn't aware of the clock.
Well, Tavares gets his own rebound. Like, it's a rebound, an offensive rebound, and a bucket. And may have got away with the carry.
You just got to wonder for these veteran players. They're playing big minutes here.
Gaku, 2 big 3-pointers here in the 3rd quarter. And you can see the frustration for Coach Emmanuel Trovada. And a timeout's going to be called by Cabo Verde. Luchetti finding Gaku and burying the big 3.
Well, that is a big 3, and it's a tough matchup there. They've got Eddie Tavares guarding him. Gonna have to extend out on that 3-point line. I want to figure out if there's a better matchup for them. You see there the big finish from Eddie Tavares.
Well, he's had a great game so far, Eddie Tavares, showing the experience. Chris will go down and listen to Coach Trovada.
Se não cumprimos taticamente, estamos fodidos. Fica com ele até a morte. Até
Well, Abugaku, 13 points. But you know what? 6 of them, well, 8 of them actually coming here in the third, but 6 of them, big time coming from the three-point line, Coach.
You see there, Tavares having to get out to the perimeter. That's not where he's going to be comfortable. You see a sub now. Maybe you need to start thinking about switching that pick and roll, not giving Gaku any open looks from 3.
And this is a problem because with Almeida not in the game, you don't really have that point forward, that stability. Because Almeida was much better here in the second half. Angola's fans right now finding their voice. Wide open, goes in, beautiful execution. Kennedy Mendez flashing underneath the bucket.
Well, anytime they found that slip out of the trap pick and roll, that big is delivered. The issue's been the guards being able to get the ball out of that trap.
Well, the referees will come together. It was good drop coverage by Cabo Verde. Change. So a chance for a potential 2-for-1 for Cabo Verde. Well, Dudol telling Pep Claros to call for a head coach's challenge. I don't think Pep saw it.
Referee's got to give them the ball.
I like the response there from Pep. I've only got one coach's challenge. Use it when it counts. You can see Lima struggling. That's going to be an 8-second violation, surely. Yep. And this is where Cabo Verde really need Ivan Almeida out there. Somebody be that point forward. Probably this would be the rotation period when he'd go to the bench.
Well, Cabo Verde now 18 turnovers. They just have really struggled against this pressure. No pure point guard on this roster, and as you said, Ivan Almeida was handling a lot of that responsibility. With his ejection now, one less ball handler for Cabo Verde.
Well, can they do it without Superman? Dudol. That's a foul given away. And that's going to be against Correa. Only indeed his first foul tonight. But he does send Shildy Dudol to the free throw line.
That's where you got to be smarter. I mean, Dow's so quick. Just got to give him a little more space. Trust your length. Keep him out on the perimeter.
Well, Dudol has gone to the free throw line the most tonight. That's now his 15th free throw. He's 12 out of 15. Can extend it to a three-point lead. 30.5 seconds left here in the third quarter. He just got to be able to take care of the pressure. Kennedy Mendez finding Joel Almeida. Wants to take on Celta Miguel. Nowhere to go. Finding Correa. Nice pass down low. And the foul's given. You know what? Kennedy Mendez, coach, has come into this game and he's really like being on the baseline because he's getting good looks.
That was
that's wrong. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Let's go, Mitch.
Still a really nice drop off. Thought they were on the brink of maybe turning that one over as well. And your coach, Chavada here, you might want to think about getting Almeida off the floor here on this last possession. Get him a few extra seconds of rest. It's going to be really important down the stretch here.
Only the third missed free throw tonight for Cabo Verde. 2-point ball game. Angola want to go for the final play. Gaku comes up, goes screen, pick, pop, three. And that's not going to go. Cabo Verde just defending that set very well. Well, we head into the final 10 minutes of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket's final quarterfinal matchup. Will it be Angola or will it be Cabo Verde going to the semifinals to meet Yves Missy and Cameroon? What a third quarter we had, Coach.
Well, there was a lot of excitement there. I saw a couple of really big calls. Even Almeida's ejection on that flop, definitely one I think the official would want to have back there. Just not really fully understanding the moment, but for Cabo Verde, they just keep hanging around. You see the veteran presence, Joel Almeida, Eddie Tavares, just keeping their team in this game.
Well, Joel Almeida really has stepped up big time. 39-year young veteran, the superhero here from Cabo Verde. I guess the positive for Cabo Verde, they were able to build a 4-point lead, a 2-possession game. But of course, right now Angola taking advantage without Ivan Almeida. Cabo Verde right now a bit monumental. Those fans, they've never stopped believing.
Let's see, it's been
here
physical in the paint, and there's that big call. If you see the replay too, you'll see they actually did clip his foot. And it's just, you gotta have an understanding of the moment. Ejecting even Almeida, I just don't think it warranted that.
And of course, apart from, we know all about Ivan Almeida, what he offers to this, wherever club he plays for, whether the national team. My worry about his absence is his position as a point forward. Well, first of all, fans, scan the QR code and download Courtside 1891, where you can get all the best live streams and, of course, extended highlights of FIBA competitions and the warm-up games ahead of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. Courtside 1891, download today. Going back to what I was saying, Coach, where the absence of Ivan Almeida hurts this team, right, is the susceptibility of the backcourt not being able to take care of the basketball. That is where they're going to miss him.
Well, no question about that. You see Yannick Moreira watching courtside right now, but it's been a struggle for these guards for Cabo Verde handling the pressure of Angola. 18 turnovers so far in this game.
Lima levels things up, getting something good inside the paint to begin with.
That's a great set there, and something for them to explore. Try to get Dundao on some post isolation. I really like that set coming out of the quarter.
Carrera went for the block. Gaku's made 2 threes here in the second half. That is going to be a foul on Keneti Mendez. It's only a second personal. Well, he would have set the roof off had he made that one.
I think it starts too with the penetration of Dundao. He's so quick with the ball, but he's really small in stature. I think you just have to trust your length, give him a lot of space, keep him in front of you. He's been living in the paint in this game.
That's a good call. It's a foul on Keneti Mendez. Sylvie De Souza is incredible. He's such a tough player, but he never seems to react too much to the emotion of the game.
And Angola just can bring so many different bigs at you. Just try to wear you down with their physicality and size.
9:28. Of course, Cameroon, as mentioned, winning earlier today with a big victory against Egypt. They will face the winner of this game. Dundal all the way, goes in, can't finish. Now Lima has Almeida with him. Almeida twisting, bumping, going again. That's good defense by Celton Miguel. And Angola will get it back.
That's great defense from Miguel. Just staying vertical there. Surprised that Almeida not getting a breather here at the beginning of the quarter. Probably going to have to go the entire second half here for Cabo Verde.
And the way he's been playing, you can understand. Gaku, pump fakes, draws a foul, but that's on the ground. Second team foul for Cabo Verde here in the fourth and final quarter.
I think if you're Cabo Verde, you got to think about switching the matchup. You expect to see Mendes on Gaku. You see Eddie Tavares coming back in the game, and now you see it here. Tavares going on to De Sosa. I think much better matchup for Mendes. Probably should look to maybe switch any screen that Gaku's involved in.
But Tavares has three. And Silvia De Souza turns it over. Lima goes in and giving Cabo Verde a 2-point lead. Huge play.
Just a lackadaisical pass there from De Sosa. And again, Cabo Verde just battling to stay in this game. It's hard to believe you look up and they've got a 2-point lead with everything that has not gone their way.
Selton, final seconds. Dundalk puts up a prayer. Lima comes up with it, and a foul is going to be called against Gaku. That's only the first team foul against Angola here in the fourth quarter.
I think definitely the right call. I don't know why Gaku seems so upset about it. You just got to wonder, Almeida, 39 years old, still on the floor here. Is he going to be able to go the distance? They for sure are going to need him down the stretch of this game. And you already see Gomes back in the game at 40 years old, Eddie Tavares in this game at 33. So they're going to have to play big minutes to finish this game out.
Well, they've caught a blocking foul. Now, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but at first glance, I may have felt Gaku was in right position, but I could be wrong, Coach.
It's hard to tell from my angle. Just see the replay here to know, but you can see Coach Travada here is going to ride his veterans for this final 8 minutes. For Joel Almeida, no sub here in the second half.
Lima getting the handoff. Almeida, well, he had his jersey pulled, Coach.
I can't believe they missed that.
Almeida commits a foul, and you can understand. Yeah, he's saying to the official, I had my jersey pulled when I called the screen.
Well, he absolutely did. The official missing that call.
You can understand Joel Almeida's frustration. Now he's going to get a breather. So Tavares is going to come back in.
See Almeida taking the foul there to stop the break, but before that, clearly a jersey pull from Miguel. Able to get away with it.
Cabo Verde only sorry, Coach.
I was just going to say, you see the frustration there in these Cabo Verde players.
Well, goes out of bounds. Takes a deflection. 12 on the shot clock, plenty of time. As I was about to say it, unfortunately, apologies for cutting you off, Coach, but Cabo Verde, one foul to give. Dundalk still has it. Miguel, final second, step back to give him the lead. Great work by Bruno Fernando, but Cabo Verde, they retain it. Wow, they're about to, oh, good save. Santa Miguel almost coming up with the steal. Coutinho Gomes just drawing the foul. Just had the mismatch. Shirley Dundalk, I'd say quite smart to commit that one.
Well, you saw Eddie Tavares there in transition, really wanting the ball. Thought he had his man sealed there. And it's something we haven't seen them explore a ton there, trying to post Dundalk up.
Lima coming off the screen. Tavares kicks out. There's the take, hangs in and gives them, for the second time, a 2-possession lead.
Well, it's really been all about the screen. If they've been able to get the ball out of that trap, they've found good things on the other end.
There it is. Final foul for Cabo Verde to give away. It's only the second, though, on Anderson Carrera.
Correa just trying to battle through that screen. Tangled up a little bit there.
Well, Pep Claris is going to call timeout. That's a tough play by Tavares, just finishing. Well, much needed rest for the Cabo Verde players. Angola, they've got to talk this over, coach, because 6:52. Remember, Angola led by as many as 15 points, and you've got to credit this Cabo Verde team. Remember, both teams qualified for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Cabo Verde, they were in Okinawa, Japan. We saw Angola in Manila. Who would ever have thought that they would meet in the quarterfinals of this FIBA AfroBasket?
It's just been feast or famine for Cabo Verde. If they're able to handle that initial trap, then they found everything they could want on the other side of it. It's just hasn't always been the case. Their guards having a tough time. 18 turnovers here in this game. But that's going to be the story here down the stretch. I think anytime they can handle the pressure, you know, they're able to capitalize on the other side of it. And if you're Angola, you really wasted a lot of opportunities. You force these turnovers, you got to make sure that you're scoring when you get those number breaks. So we've seen some sloppy passing from them. Let's see what kind of set Coach Claros draws up here coming out of this timeout.
And the one thing I want to really commend Eddie Tavares on tonight, the big man picked up his first foul in the very first minute. And I said to you, Coach, if he picks up 2 fouls in the first quarter, that's going to really dampen down the defensive intensive Cabo Verde. And that now he's only got 3. Again, we know the elite level player he is. He played in the NBA, he's playing in the Spanish League and Endesa ACB. But that takes some serious discipline for him to try and hold that on his shoulders.
I mean, this man has won a EuroLeague championship, so he knows what it takes. He knows how important he is for this team. And you know, expect to see Joao Almeida back in this game soon as well.
Angola, draw a foul, get to the free throw line. Cabo Verde continue to get the stops, and there is the 4th foul on Eddie Tavares.
Well, that's just a tough call there. To see maybe that offhand was wrapped around. Looked like it's a good 3/4 there, and that's a big call, him picking up his 4th foul.
Both Tavares players, no relation, but they both have 4 fouls. Gaku, or Kokila, excuse me, at the free throw line. Yes, you can see both. Canete Mendes, he has 2 fouls, so he's a potential option for them to come off the bench. As well as Gomez, he's got 3, but that 4-point lead now cut down to 2. Under 7 minutes. A date in the semifinals. A battle against Cameroon. Gomes. Not a lot of movement here for Cabo Verde. Someone's got to get open. Lima. Final seconds. Got to go quick. Lima keeps his dribble alive. He's got to shoot it. Tavares. And, well, I thought that was going to bounce up and bounce in, but good defense from Angola.
Just a struggle there offensively. You gotta wonder, they're starting to use those high screens to get the pressure off in the backcourt. They may want to think about sending step-up screens once they cross half court. So we've seen just the regular ball screens inviting the trap. Much harder to trap pick and roll when the angle of the screens at a step up. Just something for Cabo Verde to maybe explore here offensively.
And that's foul number 5 on Tavares. Well, now things between Correa and Bruno Fernando may be getting a little bit heated.
I think they called it on Gomes.
Okay, things need to calm down. So it's not on Tavares. I think that was Cabo Verde's reaction. They thought it was on the big man, which would have been his 5th. Double technical, which is going to cancel out, but it'll still be 2 free throws. What, is it, or? Okay, the original penetration. Oh, it's on Correa. Well, that's a double technical, excuse me. That was, so Correa's going to pick up a 3rd for the technical.
Bruno Fernando now with 4 fouls after that double technical, so just has to be a little more disciplined there. And, you know, emotions running high here, so much at stake, and there's been a lot of questionable calls in this game for both teams to have to keep their composure against.
6:04 left. Angola do have options off the bench. Cabo Verde have Joel Almeida. Cabo Verde lead by 1 still, since going up by 4. Well, need some movement here in the offense. Coutinho Gomes. Now finding Lima. Because, Coach, I don't know if it's fatigue, but you can see with Tavares both the ball over the halfway line. Cool for Carrera. No movement. Same from Lima. They've got to be sharper if they're going to go to this dribble handoff.
You're absolutely right. And, you know, maybe find a post up against Dundao. I've been surprised they haven't tried to explore that more.
Lima. Not a lot of time. Got to shoot it. Gets it off. Eddie Tavares with the dagger. The fadeaway.
That's a difficult shot. Just offensively, it's been a real struggle here. You expect to see Joel Almeida come in this game soon. They really haven't been able to get much going with him off the floor.
Lucchetti now looks to attack. Miguel has time, space, doesn't get it. That's where Tavares, so important, now telling his teammates, slow it down. Angola, like Cabo Verde, no fouls to give. Carrera attacks. Lima, Gomes, 3, corner. It goes out of bounds. That's going to be a 24-second violation. Oh, no.
I think he has possession of that. I think the table has it right. I think Fernando, I think they have dodged one there. To me, he had possession of it.
Whoa. My goodness. What can Eddie Tavares not do, Coach?
That was a tough shot. Once he grabs it with 2 hands there, that's possession. So, for Angola, you got lucky there.
Well, Fernando wants to post up against Coutinho Gomes. This is good defense. Dundal towards a foul. Somehow, someway, Shode Dundal now can level things up with 4:30 to go. Oh, he threw up a circus shot, a prayer, and it was answered.
They have just been unable to keep him out of the paint. You see the quickness, but just can't press up on him in the perimeter. Got to make him beat you from 3. He's so quick with the ball in his hands.
Well, Correa's going to come out of the game. A much needed sub. Joel Almeida, 17 points this evening. Of course, the second leading scorer right behind Shode Dundal, who's got 19. But 13 of his points have come from the free throw line tonight. Can he tie it up? And he does just that. We're all level. Gomes. Going to that screen with Tavares. Gomes, big 3. Are you kidding me? Benfica Glorioso giving Cabo Verde another 3-point lead.
What an answer there from the 40-year-old. Seemed like nothing was going again for Cabo Verde, and Gomes just rising up from 3 there.
Don't want to foul here. 5 here. Now Dundal from downtown, responding back and forth. And Coach, you've got to love it. You have to love the atmosphere tonight.
That's a huge 3, and for Gomes, I think it's the right move. You just got to finish it with a contest.
See, I don't understand this, Coach. Sorry to cut you off. Only Tavares getting open. Lima not making any effort. You've got to help each other right now.
I'm sure exhaustion probably setting in. A lot of these players have played big minutes, but like you said, all tied up here. These final 3.5, every possession so important.
Lima flashing. Remember, Angola, no fouls to give. Well, no foul given on the screen. Tavares. Got it by Luke Kenny. Denies the screen. Finds Eddie. Contested. And he's fouled. And that's Bruno Fernando's 5th and final foul, coach. He's out of here.
Yeah, not a good foul there. You know, again, Cape Verde getting late in the clock. Didn't really have much going on, and Fernando just hitting him there on the wrist.
Well, time is about to wind down. Yeah, getting him. But Eddie Tavares now with another chance to put Cabo Verde back in the lead. He's only taken 2 free throws this evening. That was at the end of the first half. Oh, he missed it. But he can't give him a 1-point lead. Makes the second one. You kind of feel, coach, with a 1-point margin, we could see the league go back and forth like a roller coaster. But can Cabo Verde get a stop? Can Angola get a bucket? Remember, Tavares does have 4 fouls. And that's Gomez's final one, I believe. He's out of here.
He's just got to be smarter there. Get them on the switch, and Dundal's had his way with this team. Once again, going to the free throw line. About to take his 18th and 19th free throw attempt, and not a lot of contact on that one.
Well, free throws coming up now here for Shildy Dundal. 3:06 left. This has been just as exciting as the game between both Mali and Senegal. Dundal makes the first one. Second one, no good. Still level up. Angola. Well, Almeida finds Tavares, goes in, and he's fouled. And now Eddie Tavares will go back to the charity stripe.
Well, he's definitely fouled there on the left hand. I think the crowd, though, wants to travel before. Looked like he might have taken an extra step before the contact.
Well, he's either done that, coach, or he's just taken the Eddie Dipsy Doodle, which, you know, one of his regular steps is like 2 or 3 of us.
Well, you got a good point there.
But you might be right on the. You might be right.
When the foul was called on Gaku, and that would be his 5th foul.
Yeah, he's out of it. Gaku's gone. But I don't think, was it Gaku that attempted it, coach, or was it? Well, I like this. Shildy Dundal just giving Tavares a pat on the back. Maybe trying to play some psychological game here. The foul has been taken away from Gaku. It's on Kokila. That's his 4th personal. Tavares making the first one. Just giving them that 1-point cushion.
Tavares, an outstanding free throw shooter for a player of his size. Some crucial free throws here.
Second one good as well. I tell you what, he's been magnificent tonight, coach.
Well, he definitely has, and they're going to need him and Joel Almeida to lead them down the stretch here.
Kokila going for that Gore-Tex screen, as you said. Another foul.
See, about to get his 20th and 21st free throw attempt of this game. But if you're Cape Verde, you just gotta keep him in front.
That was on Tavares. I thought it was on Lima.
Oh no, it's definitely not. They need to talk about that.
Surely that is on Lima, not Tavares.
It's definitely on Lima. And, you know, you had the officials with Gaku figuring out the right guy. It's definitely on Lima. Lima's got to make sure that they put that foul on him.
Because Lima's the primary defender. There's the foul. I mean, Tavares doesn't touch him.
Clearly on Lima, but for Cape Verde, I just don't understand why you're pressing up. I mean, he had the one big three, but that's really been it. It's been living on the free throw line. He's just 1 for 5 from 3 in this game. We're about to take his 21st free throw. You just gotta stay compact. If he's gonna beat you, make it be from the perimeter.
I don't know why the Angolan players are still arguing. I can understand they want Tavares out of the game, but I mean, the foul is on Lima.
Clearly, you see Lima with the body there.
Well, we have a slight delay in game still. I'm not quite sure the officials. Now, I don't know what Pep Claros is talking with the table about now. 2:45. You kind of feel, Coach, these last 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Well, I think now Pep Claros has now used the head coach's challenge, so the players will have to go to the bench. I imagine maybe is to review who the foul is on, probably, but.
Well, I can understand why, you know, he's hoping, but certainly we've seen this replay a couple of times. Clearly it's on Lima on the floor. You know, and Coach Claros can use this time to talk with his team. If he challenged it, though, I'm not sure why the officials aren't going over to the table to discuss this. So, not really sure what's going on right now.
Well, we know one thing. It's a chance now here for Angola to level things up. This is when you spend hours and hours of practicing your free throws. And Dundal, well, Coach, he's done that very well tonight. He's only missed 4, but that is now 16 out of 20.
I don't know if I've ever seen a player get 21 free throws in a FIBA game, and he's just been living in the paint. If you're Cape Verde,
oh, I missed.
You gotta figure out a way to keep him out on the perimeter.
Well, Cape Verde again, looking so vulnerable just to bring the ball up. Almeida spinning. Bit of contact and finishing, giving them the 3-point lead.
Well, what a finish with the right hand there. Unbelievable, definitely with some contact as well. Extremely difficult shot.
Well, we can level things up again. And Dundal right now carrying the nation on his back.
Well, what can he not do? I've been calling for Cape Verde to go under the screen. They finally do, and Dundal knocks down a huge 3.
Almeida. Oh, no, excuse me. Tavares. 7 on the shot clock. Picks up his dribble. Back to it, Lima. No foul given. And now Angola can take the lead. Gaku fakes the pass, goes in. Can't finish. Well, Selton, time, space, 3, bang! And Coach, Cape Verde could have got a foul down the other end. Angola went down in transition. And Selton Miguel now giving Angola the 3-point lead.
Oh, what an exchange there. It starts with the pull-up from 3. Dundal has just been absolutely incredible. And here you see just the offensive rebound. The defense is a little disjointed there. And Miguel knocking down the huge 3. Back-to-back 3s. What a response here from Angola. Still plenty of time, though, if you're Cape Verde.
Well, that's a huge 3-pointer. Not just that one, but also 2 big ones from Shilde Dundal here in the 4th quarter. And now you just feel the energy coming back into this arena, Coach.
Well, 2 huge plays there from the backcourt. It started with Dundal. A big step back 3 off the dribble, and then And it's so hard to match up on an offensive rebound. Angola able to find Miguel there in the corner, wide open, and he knocks down the big three.
And my concern, though, for Cabo Verde is dealing with the ball pressure now. Because as you can see, it just seems like it's becoming an extra effort that takes nearly 8 seconds to get the ball over the half. And then once you've got it there, coach, you've only got 14 seconds at that point, or 16, excuse me, to then get into something good.
Well, I would expect them to advance the ball here, not have to deal with the full court pressure. And you would think they want to go to Joel Almeida. I would expect. Look for him to maybe hit Tavares, come back, get the ball on a handoff.
Well, they've advanced the ball. Remember, Angola, just like Cabo Verde, no fouls to give. You don't need to go for a three now. You just need to get something good. Lima picks up his dribble. Throws a tough one. Tavares comes up with it, and that's a 24-second violation.
Definitely a lot of grabbing going on there. And if you're Lima, you just got to throw that thing up high. I was amazed that Tavares could even come close to getting this. You see there. I like the non-call, though. If you're Lima, you just got to throw it up higher for your bigs. It's been such a struggle for them in the half court. You need to stop here.
Well, surely the man who has led Angola tonight, 28 points. And there's Tavares' 5th foul.
Well, that is a huge call. And you saw the flopping call that got Almeida thrown out of the game. I mean, if you're the referee, you got to be sure about this. We need to see the replay because that is a huge call in this moment.
Well, he's out of here. Still there's time in the game, though. 1:18. Let's have a look here.
Well, that's... You just got to have a feel for the moment. He's fighting through a screen. I understand he's a big guy, but I think there's a little bit of an embellishment there. And in that moment, let the players decide the game. That's a huge call.
Yep. Well, he missed the first free throw. The very best Gaku could do now, make it a 2-possession ball game. Of course, no Tavares, no Gomes, no Almeida, but they still have Joel Almeida. Cabo Verde, this is the issues they've had. Surely that's a foul.
Well, the pressure, they've had no answer for it this whole game.
But coach, Lima's jumped in the end. His contact come from behind. Surely there's... That's a tough one.
I'd have to see a replay there, but they've elected to leave these guards one-on-one in the backcourt, and it has just been a struggle for them this entire game. 23 turnovers there.
Now watch Lima jumping in the air. Oh, you know what? No, I take back what I said. I take it back. That's a good decision by the official. There was no contact from Luchetti. Well, you need to stop now. Dow, big three. Almeida comes up with it. But throws a very tough pass. And that could have cut it down to a 2-point ball game. You don't need a foul, though, if you're Cabo Verde. You just need to defend as well as you can. Almeida reaches. Try and get one stop here. Well, there you go, you fouled. Well, great play by Angola here in the final few minutes. But really, Shilde Dundal has single-handedly brought them back in this game. And then it was the three by Celta Miguel, coach, that gave them the much-needed cushion.
Those back-to-back threes, what a huge response from Angola. And it's been a real struggle for Cabo Verde. The pressure of Angola has caused them all kinds of issues this game. Even there, you saw a 4-point game. Almeida with the turnover, throwing it ahead in transition, but still a 2-possession game. You just gotta try to keep your head. Timeout here maybe if he makes it.
Oh, Carrera's got to go quick. Down by 6. You want to think about a 3. Not a lot of time. Gets bumped. Doesn't get the and one, but he will go to the free throw line.
It's actually not a bad foul. They need 3s right now. And so making sure that they're unable to get one off. And if he makes these free throws, obviously you're going to see Capo Verde picking up full court.
Well, first one made by Anderson Correa. Second one, no good. Angola come up. Now opting to go long. They might have just done it now, Coach. They might indeed have just done it.
Well, they got a foul now. You can't let this clock play out. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, Correa is saying Alima fouled him to Dole. Gets hit hard.
I just don't understand there. Got to understand the clock and score. Just letting Bindao dribble out the clock up at the top. And this game is not over.
9.8, 5-point ball game. It's been 12 long years since Angola, the winningest team in the history of won 11 FIBA AfroBaskets, have won the championship. Could they win it 12 years later since the last time? And then you got to ask the question, Coach. If Ivan Almeida was in this game still, unfortunately, after picking up the technical, which you could see there was a bit of contact, it could have been very different.
I think that'll seal it. Bindao has been just absolutely incredible in this game.
Wow. Santa Miguel, I'm not sure if he said something to Joel Almeida, just no need right now. You're about to win.
I think Almeida clearly frustrated, thought he maybe was fouled. And, it's been a frustrating night for Cabo Verde. Definitely some big calls made in this game that had an impact on their team. And we're seeing 42nd and 43rd free throw attempt here for Angola. 23 of them for Bindao.
Well, technical foul is going to be called against Joel Almeida. And now Anderson Correa has got to be careful. I mean, it was a great game up until this last minute. It was a 3-point ball game.
Well, you see now Tavares, Gomez, and both the Almeida brothers are out of this game. And it's been a tough, frustrating night for those 4 players. So much experience. You gotta think it's likely their last AfroBasket tournament, and you see Mendes as well, 35 years old, likely his last run. It's certainly disappointing for them to finish on this note, and just not sure what the delay is at this point.
And they've got to be, there's so much Cabo Verde has got to be proud of. Qualifying for the Basketball World Cup back in 2023. Making it to the semifinals of the 2021 FIBA AfroBasket. There's nothing for them to be ashamed of. They've come here, they performed, they competed. And you know what? They could have won this game, Coach. They came very close.
Well, they really hung in there. A lot not going their way. Thought especially when even Almeida was ejected, maybe that would take the life out of their group, but they just hung with it. And in these final 2 minutes, obviously not finishing the way they wanted, but you got to tip your hat to their competitive spirit in this game.
Well, 2.7. Still free throws yet to come here for Angola. Well, there you have it. Angola, they have been terrific so far here tonight. And for the first time in 10 years, Angola will be going to the semifinals of the FIBA AfroBasket. A big congratulations to Angola. It was a great game. Cabo Verde competed. They gave it everything. But in the end, it will be Angola who go to the semifinals.
Well, it was not easy. Cabo Verde showing really great competitive spirit there. So much not going their way.
And I like what we see, of course. You see the Cabo Verdean players and the Angolan players embrace each other. It's a battle, it's a rivalry, it's based on respect, proximity, and of course, these players sharing a lot in common with each other. You got to feel for Cabo Verde. Eddie Tavares was fantastic, but it just wasn't meant to be for Cabo Verde, Coach.
Well, the turnovers, they just never really could handle the pressure of these Angolan guards, you know, electing to kind of stay one-on-one with those matchups. And 25 turnovers for the game here for Cabo Verde, and that's really the story of how things went down.
Well, fans right now enjoying the occasion. It's been a terrific atmosphere tonight here in Luanda. The atmosphere from both ends. The Angolan fans, the Cabo Verde fans, everybody has put on a masterclass tonight. It has been a truly magical experience, but you can see our hats off. We wish the best for Cabo Verde. And hopefully we'll try to see those players maybe in the 2027 FIBA Basketball Cup qualifiers. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They came here, they competed. But look, Superman tonight, Mighty Mouse, Shilde Dundal. That is why, Coach, you heckle your players to practice their free throws.
Well, Shilde Dundal doing it all. So 23 free throw attempts. He makes 18 of them, but I think it was really the huge step back three. Thought maybe Cabo Verde was going to find a way to win this game. Instead, Dundal with that huge three, followed by Celton Miguel's corner three, and Angola never looked back from there.
Well, he was a warrior tonight. The great Eddie Tavares. Unfortunately, it ends in a defeat. Fortunately for that man, they'll go to the semifinals. They'll meet Yves Missy, and they will meet Cameroon. 30 points tonight for Shilde Dundal. Well, 12 long years now looking for that 12th FIBA AfroBasket Championship. Could it be the return of the greatest team in the history of the FIBA AfroBasket? More games to come. But Coach, tonight just really was an unbelievable atmosphere.
Well, this crowd was tremendous, and it's only going to get louder as we head into this semifinal game. They needed every ounce of energy. Cabo Verde taking them right down to the wire.
Well, you have to feel for these players. They built on 2 occasions in the third and fourth quarter 4-point leads. Lima came up with a big steal. This put them up by 2. And you kind of felt destiny might be on their hands. It might go in their favor.
Well, they did well to just hang in that game, especially in the first half. Nothing going their way. And when they were down 30 to 15, you thought maybe Angola was going to run away with this one. But instead, they continued to battle, not giving up until the end.
Eddie Tavares, battling through the bumps, the scratches. Tonight, you couldn't ask for any more from him. That was the and one that leveled things up. Lima just trying to do whatever he can to contain the Mighty Mouse, the supersonic Shilde Dundo.
This is such a hard cover. He's so quick with the ball, and you see him just throwing his body in there, knocking down these big threes down the stretch.
There was the other three from him that did level things up again. And there was a three that gave Angola the lead. A huge three coming from Celta Miguel. And that's what I love, Coach. I love to see that. Rivals on the floor, but you embrace each other at the end. The rivalry is based on respect and admiration. Tonight, it's about Angola. Well, Coach, that wraps it up. Destiny has a date with both Cameroon and Angola in the other semifinal. It will be Mali versus Senegal in the other one, the 31st edition of the FIBA AfroBasket. Coach Will Voigt said it, of all the FIBA Continental competitions, it's unpredictable, and of course it's so balanced.
Well, it really is, and what a great semifinals we're gonna have. Mali, really took Senegal to the wire in group play. Senegal lucky to pull that game off. Maybe that gives them the confidence to do it when it matters most. And Angola, Cameroon, seeing Jeremiah Hill return to that lineup, so vital against this pressure. And we'll have to see how his knee is. Will he be able to get up and down with these Angolan guards?
Well, that wraps it up tonight. We're going to have a day's rest, of course, and then we will go to the semifinals. But basketball fans, from myself, Josh Bett, and head coach Will Voigt, good night, goodbye, and God bless.